And before we get too far into this, I do want to hype what you got going on here. You have a brand new show on Showtime called Dave's Old Porn.
Yes,
which debuted about a week ago.
No, Bill.
2 weeks ago.
Jesus. Let's see. We're about 3 weeks in, and
it's
been
a
going
hit, though.
great. It's for premium cable. It's a hit.
That's awesome.
And a lot of people who are into retro porn, because it's mostly about the hairy 70s, early 80s porn of yesteryear. Before Twitter, I've said this a million times, but before the web and all that kind of stuff, old VCR top loading,
Dave's Old
movies.
Porn. So what? Just to let the listeners at home, Dave.
Yeah.
Just to paint a picture for them, what exactly? Tell us about the show without spoiling. Basically, what goes on?
Well, it's kind of the Mystery Science Theater of porn, where I bring out comics like this Thursday at 11:30 on Showtime. Bill Burr himself will be there.
That's right.
And we will be sampling, jumping from clip to clip through Nina Hartley, who is probably one of the greatest living legends of porn. Nina
Absolutely.
Hartley, delight, super cool lady. And we watch her clips. Did you have fun watching her stuff?
Yeah, I was absolutely starstruck that she showed up.
Yeah, you couldn't believe it.
I sat on a couch. It was me, Nina, and Dave watching and literally watching old porn and sitting there commenting on it. And I thought she was cool as hell. I was really definitely. I don't know how I don't know. Porn stars, they just don't judge anything. When you've just gone through all of that stuff that they've done, they just kind of like, hey, whatever. Yeah. Because I freaked out at one point. You had.
Don't give it away, Bill.
I know. I'm not. I'm just.
We'll
teasing.
be posting a little bit of that clip
teasing.
this week on davesoldporn.com.
Doing a little teaser there, Dave.
What I realized is that, first of all, watching porn with women is different than watching porn with dudes. Sausage Fest, Bachelor Party, Let's watch a couple of stag films, get drunk.
Everybody with their legs crossed, trying to hide their heart on. If you're younger, right?
Exactly.
But
we brought out some of the funniest ladies, too.
Ladies!
Whitney Cummings, Chelsea Handler, Margaret Cho. And it's cool watching with a woman because they get the woman's perspective on sex and porn and on the whole thing. And they like it, but they don't like it like we like it, Right.
That actually, that immediately was fascinating to me. What did you find was different?
Well, they definitely do not like double penetration, anal, donkey punch, anything that any kind of jizz, facials and money shots. All that stuff is really not in their bucket list of, I hope one day to do this with my Prince Charming.
I think it all depends on, I think for most women that is like that, but then every once in a while you'll meet a real thoroughbred and they'll actually be relating to it the way you do.
Yes. It's hard to talk about.
I actually saw, I was messing around with this girl a long time ago, and I watched one of those Max Hardcores.
Yes, I love that guy.
And,
he's in jail now. Right?
Yeah,
he's great.
And I remember saying to her, you're not going to watch, my porn I'm watching at this point is really twisted. You don't want to watch this shit. And she says, no, put it on. So I put it on. And she was actually, I actually got self-conscious. I shut it off, and I was like, I can't watch this with you.
Yeah, you feel bad.
And then she was just like, what? What did she say? She said she wanted it, is the way she said it, which was just the classic accused line. And I had a lot of fun with that girl, Dave.
Oh, good for you.
I really
Bill,
did. I really did.
You're an unassuming type. So I never even thought you liked porn because I figured, because some of it, I don't think you really understood what we were doing. But then I think once you got into it, you really dug in. And I like that. Because at first we were watching this movie that Nina made with Tracy Adams, who's another legend of porn, called The Ultimate Lover with Eric Edwards. And it's kind of a Frankenstein-esque film. And we try and jump through the whole film. And it was really difficult, wasn't it, to watch an entire movie?
Yeah.
I mean, you never do that in real life, watch a whole porn from beginning to end.
Yeah, you just go right to the point.
Yeah, exactly. Or fast forward or whatever. Or, the phone rings or your boss walks in. It's over,
Well, you know what it was about? I got this weird, I think it's the being raised Catholic thing.
Yes.
It's like as crass as I am on this podcast, all the shit that I say and some of the stuff I talk about on stage, I curse a lot, but I do stay away from sex. For some reason,
you're a good guy.
I can say cunt on stage. I can do all that type of trash women, misogynistic stuff. Arguably, I don't think so. I like to think I have a point, but but for some reason, if I talk about sex on stage, I'm always really self-conscious, and I feel like I'm being crass. I don't know why, and I'm not judging someone who talks about sex. It's just personally, I think it has to do with that sort of upbringing. So probably the episode I did with you, that was the initial, going out. God, I'm talking about this. This is on TV because I had no idea what the show was.
Yeah,
I was hoping how hardcore you were going to do it, or the way you guys were going to edit around stuff. Which I saw a clip, which is fucking genius, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
It's really funny. And we floating on the couch there.
Hey, Bill!
Oh, come on, man! You're 3 weeks in. They know. They know.
I'm sorry. I'm
know.
like Lucas. I don't want to give away any of the secrets. George Lucas.
Well, thank you for working with an actual comedian and a human being, and not having me digitally put in there.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, let me tell you something. It rocked out because we had great comics like you and Jim Norton and Adam Carolla, and of course the late.
Has Norton's aired yet?
No, not yet. But
I gotta see that.
Norton to porn is like he's the Sacagawea.
Yeah.
He can find a three-way. He can find a three-way at a church picnic. I mean, he is the best. I mean, he really gets into it. We have these great close-ups of him. But I could see for yourself how it was a little embarrassing.
He would be like a great analyst on ESPN, except it's porn. That's why I want to watch. That's why I was asking. When is Jim's? I got to.
Jim's is coming up. He's towards the end of the run. But right now, last week's show, for those who did watch, and I think your crowd kind of would dig this, like the people listening to this podcast.
Absolutely.
This podcast
Dave's Old Porn.
Well known. Was the young porn stars, Belladonna, Christina Rose, Bobby Starr, watching the old retro hairy porn. And you'll never believe this, Bill, but they found it quaint. They were like, look at this. This is adorable. The hair they didn't really dig, but they like hair a little bit. But the sex, they were like, look how adorable. They're cuddling and kissing. They don't do that. In today's porn, it's really like you said it in the show. I'm not going to give it away, but it's like a workout. It's like a P90X video. It's like fucking hardcore and extreme. So. Am I talking too much?
No, not at all. But
is that possible on a podcast to talk too much?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. But you got to give me credit being 15 minutes in and I've yet to go. So, Dave, what is the inspiration for your material? Did you always want to? What were some of the jobs you had before? I don't think we've said this yet. Thursday, 11:30 on Showtime. Dave's Old Porn, the new hit show.
Yeah. It's a hit. It's doing really well. It's right after Gigolos, which is about a couple of male escorts.
Great lead.
So there you go.
Got a great lead.
It's the late night block.
And then the Twitter account is @oldporn, and the letter O in porn is actually not the letter O. It's zero. It's the number 0.
Because that's Twitter. But let me tell you this, Bill. If they go to the davesoldporn.com website, they'll be able to see pictures and clips of upcoming shows. Your show will be this Thursday, and other stuff that we have shot. So, but it's really it's when you say how did I come up with the idea? It's I've been working on this idea for 4 years. I think I've told this to you 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I want to say
drunkenly, whatever, sober.
We shot this a year ago, didn't we?
Yeah, I shot some. Yeah, we shot this last summer, and it took so long to edit because it's all about post production. You saw,
right.
And but besides that, I've been working on it for years and years, and I came up with the idea. It was co-created by Stuart B. I don't use his last name because he is in television, but Stuart Bailey, and he's helped me shape and guide it, and Showtime is the best place for it because we're allowed to show everything up to penetration. So
that's
everything
awesome.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, and I thought when I was...
And there's always the one guy who's like, where's the penetration? It's I'm with you, dude. I'm totally with this guy. It's I feel like I cannot save this man, It's
no, you got it.
I love porn, so what can I do?
But what you're doing is you're kind of doing it the way they do movie trailers right now.
Yes.
Where when they show a movie trailer, they show the entire movie except for the basically the conclusion of the third act. They show you right up until how the hero solves it. And I think that's what you're doing with porn. Because if you actually show the penetration, then there's no point. You want people to laugh. You don't want people rubbing one out as they're watching it, right?
I'd like a little of both. I'd like people to go that was funny, and now I'm hard. What do I do? Like that kind of a thing. And the dog runs out of the room, something weird.
Is this how you pitched the show when you came in?